Everything Now! An interactive comedy show on Twitch where you, the viewers, are in control. Featuring special guests from all over the Twitch community and the Los Angeles comedy scene. Enter a variety of wild scenarios with colorful characters and help steer the story in whatever direction you want. You can vote in polls to make choices. Submit images over Twitter and Discord. You can pay to play sound effects.
Road ends in 100 feet.
What the f***?
It's your show too, friend. Hop on in and experience everything now.
Good evening, I'm Donald Barbosa. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to the Potato Sloth for your 5th month in a row subscription. I can't sleep, it's 3 in the morning. This is the first time I can see you guys live, so I'm upside to the situation. Welcome! Sky Built Lopez, you must be in Europe, I can only guess.
Go off, Insomniac King.
Go off, Insomniac King. Stick around. I will try to talk you into a peaceful slumber.
Sleep real quick.
Yeah. If this is your first time watching the show, welcome. I'm going to be breaking tonight's top stories submitted by you, the viewers in the Discord. So if you haven't yet, get into the Everything Now Show Discord. I'm sure we've pinned it. I'm positive we've pinned it, so there's no need to even bring it up. And some other ways you can interact with the show. If you subscribe, you can choose product placement. Let's see what our last product placement was. Total Kitten Industries. So there's an example of a product that you can place on the show. Of course, for $5, you can pick what we go to next. Some recent things have been Amish rocket launch, the Three Stogies, and more. So definitely do that. And if we hit our sub goal of 15, we'll be pitching a new TV show. Some other TV shows we've had in the past, there was one where Sting fucked Jennifer Coolidge. There was one where girls were gross. And there were the rest. So definitely let's hit that sub goal so we can go to another pitch meeting. We're gonna be going around to various channels, but first, we're gonna be with me, Donald Barbosa. Walter Brandflake is still out. Despite not believing in it, he's developed COVID-19, so we're hoping he's gonna be back shortly. I'm gonna try to do my best here. Let's go ahead and kick off tonight's top story. This first story is just now breaking. It's everyone's talking about it on all the social media. CNN's running it over and over and over again, so we have to get in here too. This is the biggest story of the last 24 hours, without a doubt. Yeah. You know we've been finding aliens. Remember that 1,000-year-old little Mexican alien they found? We've just discovered, because now it's fine that we found aliens. We already moved past that premise. We found aliens, we're over it. But we've also just discovered some of them are cool. Some of them are pretty damn cool, too. They got cool shoes and drink beers. We unearthed this one at a dorm room at UCLA. And we guess he's just been kicking it there. Just straight chilling. Our scientists are going to take a closer look at him to see if we can learn anything about his species. But what we know for sure is this MF can chill. More on that as it develops. This next story is a bit of a lighter story, something to kind of break up the horrifying discovery of aliens being on our planet. Just something that's, I think, a feel-good story for everyone at home. So let's take a look at this feel-good story. Yes? Great news. They fixed Jared. They gave him the chemicals that make you normal. And now he's normal. Quiznos is launching a brand new campaign. Remember when the AT&T guy went to Sprint? They're doing the same thing now with new normal Jared. We're very excited that Jared is normal. And we're all, I think I can speak for everyone at this station and this show when I say, we are huge fans of Subway Jared. Now. And I'm sure that pause won't be an issue for me. All right, let's get into a more serious story here. This one's not getting covered as much, but I think it's very important we talk about this. This is a pretty intense story, and I want to give it its due. So let's get into this more serious note here on the show. You all right? Okay. You okay?
My body.
All right.
Things wrong with my body.
You got this. You got this, buddy.
I'm better now.
Okay.
There it is.
Cats? Yep. When you give endless amounts of money to the Pentagon and just say, keep taking this, I can't put it in social services, you need to keep taking this, you know they're going to get creative. My understanding is one of the top generals in the countries has a nephew that's a furry and is really into that sort of lifestyle. And he developed this new fighter jet for the US government. So, if you're in the Middle East, get ready to have bombs dropped by the cutest little kitty. He's so cute. Gonna kill you though, for real. Bad, but he's so freaking cute. Look at that little guy. Look at that freaking cat. So cute. Gonna kill you though, so watch out. If you see that cuteness, that means your day has come. But aw, so cute. So cute. Anyway, it's time to get into a story from the world of technology, and that one was actually not from the world of technology, so don't worry about that. This one, though, is a big story out of Silicon Valley. Everyone's talking about this. Silicon Valley, everything they touch turns to gold, and this is no different. So let's hear from the latest from up in San Francisco. That's right. Silicon Valley has this incredible new app. When you put a picture into it, it will tell you if a person is old or young. Can you believe that? I'm gonna pause so we can all drink that in. Silicon Valley, the wizards at Silicon Valley have done it again. You can put an image, any image of a person, as long as it's most of their face. And they will tell you if this person is old or young. My understanding is they've already acquired $4 billion in VC money and have currently just bought Kodak and are stripping it for parts that's somehow related. I'm not exactly sure how. But thank you, Silicon Valley. You've done it again. All right, now let's get into something from the world of, I can't say sports because there's going to be a whole topic on that later. I can't say finance because there's going to be a whole topic on that later. So this is from the world of art, movies, but it's not movies. It's from the world of art that's not movies. Yes, the art world, a place where rich people hide their money and sex criminals flourish. And this story is from that world. Yes, the newest Banksy exhibit. The newest Banksy exhibit is up. He's gone to highly radioactive areas and put up this sign. It's provocative.
Anti-woke.
It's anti-woke, which Banksy is now. It's provocative. It's going right in the face of people and saying, what do you really know? What do you really know about anything? You think a rock makes you feel bad? Only crystals do that. Radiation doesn't do that. Only rose quartz can do that. And we thank Banksy for nailing it once again. And not to editorialize, but I think this new anti-woke Banksy is gonna do just fine. Alright, this next story, let's do something for the kids. Something a little lighter, something that I think if your kids have not been watching, bring them into the room, call them in, sit them down in front of you so that they're actually closer to the TV. Say, this one's just for you, kids. Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad we did a meme for this one. Yes. Kids, are you being haunted by a sleep paralysis demon? This may be happening to you, and you may, since you're young and impressionable, not be able to tell the difference between reality and the dream world. But rest assured, you can just pretend you're asleep. And I'm not going to really talk about the last part of this meme because I've expressly mentioned this is a message to children. But you can just pretend you're asleep. And the sleep paralysis demon will try to choke you for a bit, but if you're not giving him the response he wants, much like a bully on the schoolyard, you'll be fine. They'll go away. Remember Monsters, Inc., kids? Those are just sleep paralysis demons that need to be warded off, if you think about it. Anyway, that was for kids, and I wish it didn't expressly talk about erections, but what can you do sometimes? This last story is one that's near and dear to my heart, and I asked the studio if we could talk about this, because it's, again, I don't think this is getting proper coverage. So, before we close out today, I just want to say something personally from the Barbosa family. This is something I really wanted to be able to talk about. What? No, what? Ah!
It's so personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You all know I'm Scottish. Barbosa is a very famous Scottish name. For years, we were gaslit and told the Loch Ness Monster did not exist. Well, now, who's a fucking freak dumbass now? You all are. I found this. So explain that. Explain that shit. Am I allowed to curse?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Explain that shit. How'd I get this picture? If Loch Ness Monster isn't real. How did I get this fucking picture then? Yeah. Bet you feel dumb now, everyone who's not Scottish. And to my fellow Scots, rise up. This is the first sign. We're taking the whole world.
Do your accent.
No. All right. That's racism when you tell me to do that.
Oh, but okay. Off camera, you do it all the time.
Yeah, I'll do it off camera. Fellow Scots, our moment is now. All right, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to go over to finance now. Thank you very much, E is for Evil. Let me know what the next thing will be sponsored by. We're going to go over to the finance news portion now, so you can learn about stocks, what makes them go up, what makes them go down, where you put your money to get more money. We'll be right back.
Hi there, everybody. Hello, it's me, Onan Doberman. We're here with the Money Zone. The money train, the stock train is barreling down the track. What's that? There's a damsel in distress tied to the track? Don't worry about that. That's just Jerome Powell. Don't need to worry about him, okay? We are full steam ahead. Run right over him. Split him in twain. Or I guess it'd be in three. Or no, he would be in 1, 2, 3 parts. Because the 2 wheels would split, I guess, probably right around where his femur is, and then also probably where his neck is, or probably exactly where his head is, depending on the size of the track, the width of a train track, and where exactly you place him. If you place his neck directly over one track, then one of the wheels will simply sever his head. If you put the bottom of his legs near on the other track, then his ankles will probably get severed, or he'll just get splashed and splooshed. I've never looked at what happens to a body when a train runs over it. Anyway, we're here to talk about the stocks. We're here to help you trade intelligently. You could trade dumb, but that would be silly. You want to trade intelligently. That means that we're going to have to take a look at some of these stocks, and we're going to tell you exactly which companies you want to buy, which companies you want to sell, and which companies you kind of just want to stare at as if you're staring off into the middle distance. You've got a 1,000-yard stare because you have been in a war zone. You have PTSD, and that is how you engage with anything and everything, because that's just what happened to you, and I'm so sorry, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a successful business person. Lots of Fortune 500 CEOs happen to have been in war zones, and maybe it's helped them in some capacity. They tell you that teamwork is a big thing that they encourage you to take part in, and that you encourage you to believe in when you're over there. And the CEO, have you ever thought about a company as like a team or a family? This product and this production, this television program is brought to you by ISIS. No affiliation. ISIS, it's the Bob Dylan song called ISIS. Bob Dylan, he's remastering a lot of his albums now. It's been a long time coming. He's doing a lot of Frank Sinatra covers as well. We don't need to worry about that. This is ISIS. This is from the same album that has the song about the hurricane. And I think the name of the song is Hurricane, if I'm not mistaken. But ISIS, I married ISIS. The break of day, you very long. Anyway, here's some stocks. Do Not Buy Incorporated. Now, this is counterintuitive, but you're going to want to buy Do Not Buy Incorporated, okay? The price is dirt cheap. $0 for a share. Oh, okay. A lot of you are buying it now. Now it's $75, okay? It's gone up just a bit in a few seconds. Don't panic. Don't short sell. Don't do anything. Hold. Diamond hands. Remember that from the Wall Street Bets stuff? Do Not Buy Incorporated. It's reverse psychology. Don't let them trick you, okay? Don't let them get in your head, okay? Companies are going to try to get in your head. Don't let them get in your head. Don't let them get in there. That's for you. That's the spot just for you. Uncle Shelly, remember when Uncle Shelly took you fishing? Remember when Uncle Shelly gave you the season 5 DVD of The Simpsons? Remember when he showed you Mr. Plow for the first time? It blew your mind open like a fucking watermelon at Gallagher show. You get a hammer, bam! And then you started getting into comedy, and you thought, I'll try stand-up, and you're 18, and you're in college, and you give it a shot, and you're embarrassed immediately, and you never try it again. Anyway, you call Uncle Shelly that weekend to see how he's doing. Guess what? He's trying to make beer at home in the garage. He's gonna do homebrew in the garage. It probably won't be good, but it's great that he's got hobbies again. There were a couple years there where it was looking pretty dicey for him, and now he's back on top. Uncle Shelly, buy. The stock's cheap. $10.30 for Uncle Shelly. That's a steal. Lesbians under extreme circumstances. Yes, LUEC. This is sometimes some of the best content that you'll ever see. Blue is the warmest color? Hello? $31 for Blue is the warmest color? Bye. Thank you. Excuse me. Season 3 arc in Deadwood. There's a lesbian subplot in that under extreme circumstances in the camp of Deadwood. A murder a day for years. $33? Still dirt cheap. Buy. This is some compelling storytelling. You can't deny it. You simply can't deny it. We love it. We love to see it. Noam Chomsky's Hello, Delicatessen, and discount SIM cards. Noam Chomsky, you may be thinking to yourself, isn't that the old guy who keeps telling me that I'm bad and that our country's bad? Don't you ignore that one. Ignore him. This is Noam Chomsky, like nom nom nom, like a sweet little kitty with the kitty food. Nom 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 nom, so sweet and cute. They also have SIM cards. You can get SIM cards there. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, are these trading cards with SIMs on it from the video game? From the PC video game? No, you fool, you nincompoop, you dullard. No, these are the little cards that go inside your cell phone and make it so you can do the calls on it. You can buy this for $21.90. It's a little pricey, I think, for Nam. But with that cute name and them SIM cards and that halal delicatessen, I don't know what that means. But that doesn't matter. It's a little too pricey. I think you should wait for the price to come down just a little bit and then you can buy. Don't be afraid to buy. No one was thinking that, says Theo from Eden. Oh, who cares what you think? Let's see, any other stocks? I think we're gonna have to go with lesbians under extreme circumstances. I think we're gonna, we're gonna go with Do Not Buy Incorporated. Good thinking. Don't let them get inside your head. That's your private mind palace. You keep that pure. You keep that crystalline. You keep that like a beautiful bottle of Voss water. It's not a sponsor, but have you ever thought to yourself, goodness me, not only is it an attractive bottle, not only does the water somehow look colder than it's in a plastic bottle, but if I was being attacked, that would do a lot more damage to some would-be attacker than a Dasani. You're thinking that you're going to be out on the street in some major city and somebody tries to rob you blind, tries to take, you don't have cash on you, of course, but they try to take your Bitcoin wallet from your phone? No! You smash them over the head with a Voss. Or like a Chico Tipo or whatever, Topo Chico? The one with the, yes, that's the one, Topo Chico. More stunks for the stunk piggies. Eat up. That's you little stunk piggies. 63rd Annual Richmond VA Armenian Food Festival. This is a very narrowly tailored event, but for $25, look, they always say you need to specialize. You can't be too broad in your applicability as a company. This is an extremely specialized company. And for $25, I can almost guarantee you're not going to get a return on your investment. But that doesn't matter. You're supporting the arts, which is food. Have you ever thought about food as maybe an art? Have you ever thought about how the decoration of a plate, the placement of a plate, the plating, I think is the term, that's like an art too. It's like Picasso, but with stuff you put in your mouth and shit out later. Real Fake Company LLC, again, counterintuitive. They're trying to pull a fast one on you. They're trying to pull the wool over your goddamn eyes, and you can't let them. You can't let them get in your head. You can't let them in. Real fake company, doesn't matter. Ultimately, you can buy the stock, and for $10.50, it's as cheap as the price of a cup of coffee. Cheaper than the price of a cup of coffee. Real Fake Company LLC. If you asked me what they did, I couldn't tell you. But with a name like that, think of that. You Google Real Fake Company, this is what the first thing is going to come up, and for $10.50 you can get on board. That's a really good deal. Bunch of bombs in a basement. We've heard about the Unabomber, and we know that he did some pretty impressive work. We can't say whether it was good or bad qualitatively, but we can say that it's certainly voluminously in terms of the impact, the size of the impact on culture, on American culture, on American mores. I think we can all agree. We read his manifesto, and it makes a lot of sense to me personally when I look at this ticker behind me and I think about the glut of modernity, when I think about the terrible, terrible impact that this is taking on us psychically, on our mind palaces. I think to myself, maybe he had a point. Maybe I should build a cabin too. And a bunch of bombs in a basement for $23.80. That's the lowest it's been in 7 years. That's the lowest it's been in 7 years, actually. Funny little hats for funny little guys. $45.50. Now, you may think to yourself, $45.50, that's like 6 cups of coffee at most, at minimum. But have you ever seen a little guy in a funny hat? Have you ever seen a little guy in a funny hat? Think of it. Imagine Martin Short. He's a little guy, and he's a funny little guy. And imagine him with like a safari hat on, or like a top hat with those funny goggles from the steampunk, or from the one in the desert where they all got sick. You ever think about that? $43. The price is dipping. The price is only going down. It's the best time to buy, I would say, personally, in my estimation. I don't know if Steve Martin's ever worn a funny hat, but maybe if the stock goes up significantly, they can impress upon him the importance of doing that for economic purposes. Funny little hats for funny little guys. $41.70. That's the stock you want to buy. Woo! Woo! One more?
Yep.
Woo!
You all right?
Woo! I'm a junkyard dog for these freaking stocks. When I think about these stocks, I think to myself, I'm gonna break my chain and go after them. I'm like the dog Spike from the Sylvester and Tweety show, or the Tom and Jerry show, where there's the big bully dog that's got the big broad shoulders, and only sometimes he talks. The rest of the time, he's the only animal that doesn't talk. And he runs up and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get those stocks. And in this case, the stocks are the Tweety bird. In this case, stocks are like my little Tweety bird. It could be a girl, could be a boy. We don't know. We don't care. We're beyond that. The stocks are for everyone.
You act this way every time Jerome Powell says we're cooling on inflation.
Well, every time he does, I think to myself, best time to buy a Coke is right this goddamn second. It's never going to be this cheap as it is right now. Stonks. This is the Swedish stonks. This is the stocks for the people in that part of the world where they all sound like Swedish Chef. What is the guy with the big hat and a mustache? Come on. Irredeemable porn, $20. This is everything from where they kind of do the little choking to the stuff where it's, you can't find it on the normal ones. You can't find it on the normal sites. I'm not going to name them for you because we're on television. But irredeemable porn, $25. I mean, honestly, you can find it for free, I think, in most cases. And so the business model never made a ton of sense to me. Some people still buy it, believe it or not. I can't imagine all these websites would exist if people weren't actually putting credit cards down with their actual legal names and addresses on them into these websites. Really remarkable stuff. But $31.30, I mean, my goodness gracious, that's the cost of at least one cup of coffee in 5 years with inflation. Jerome Powell, you piece of shit, you motherfucker, I will kill you dead.
Parody.
Just kidding, I would never, metaphorically, I would end your life career. Your life is a career.
Parody still.
But parody still in Minecraft. Butt Stuff Unlimited. These are two competing companies, I would say, in some respects. Not really. I don't think Butt Stuff necessarily lends itself to irredeemable porn, but it could. It certainly could if you use your imagination at home, folks. Butt Stuff Unlimited, $5? What is this, under the George Washington Bridge? Butt Stuff Unlimited? Yeah, I would say so. It's cheap. $5? That's like 1/4 the price of a cup of coffee in most cities now. How much is a cup of coffee, by the way, where you go?
For me, it's $3 on the app I use.
Okay. My stay-at-home girlfriend, she charges me, she says $20, please, and I just say, gosh, you could make a hard bargain. She uses our Keurig, but it tastes warm every time. Can't say it tastes good, but it tastes warm every time. A warehouse full of bloody mannequins, $28. Now, this is in the garment district. You just hop right on over, and it's right there. You know how many just sort of weird kind of guys in trench coats with deep bags under their eyes who look like they maybe are like art students at NYU. You know how many people hang out over there? They don't spend money, but they look good. And you gotta think at some point, maybe if you go down there and just sort of like let loose, they'll welcome you in and you can become a buddy of theirs and you can talk about all kinds of stuff. You can talk about the latest, the Rainer Werner Fassbinder film that you all just watched this past weekend. You could talk about, speaking of lesbians in unconventional situations, my goodness, think about The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant. You and these guys in this warehouse full of bloody mannequins can talk about that movie together. Bloody mannequins? Is it human blood? Is it fake blood? Is it pig blood? Who cares? Guess what? They can't get in. If you keep them out, they can't get in. And last but not least, the most important stock of the night, Gistede per brick, Heiberb, Legrog. Nod gbehe. I feel great. Don't you feel great? Don't you feel really good about stocks? Don't you just think to yourself...
That's Swedish for Walmart.
Don't you just think to yourself, I think I'd like to get some stocks in me. I feel something in me. I feel something hot in me. I feel something warm in me and it's trying to get out, I think. I think it's trying to get out. I think I feel something inside me. And I think it's coming quickly. And I think you need...
Hi, I'm Dunk Funkin', and when I'm not at my store taking care of my family, I like to have a little fun. And having a little fun has never been easier with this new product. I love it so much that I try to avoid my family whenever possible so that I can use this product. Sometimes I say I have to work. Oh, right. Anyway, it's a funeral kazoo. It's a fun little kazoo, but you can also, it makes the noise of what a funeral song is, which we all know. And so you can pretend you're mourning someone, that you yourself are dead. You can lay down in your finished basement on the couch and pretend it's your coffin and play this music and picture the loving family all gathered around complimenting you and saying, we actually didn't appreciate him enough when he was around. And actually, if I could do everything again, I would be way better to him. And actually, I should have let him do everything he wanted to do all the time. And it was actually really rude of me to have my own needs and desires and wants. And your kids are there and they're going like, I should never have been in any way disrespectful to my pop. He was the best thing ever happened to me, working long hours at that store. And your parents are there and they were like, he was actually the best kid. We should have been more open with him about that. We should have also told his siblings that they weren't as good as him. And you're laying down on the little sofa there and the priest is like, this guy was actually the best person I've ever met. And I'm a priest, so I meet a lot of good people. And you can do all of that with the funeral kazoo. Now available at pretty much anywhere you would get a normal kazoo. This one will be right next to it. So come get a funeral kazoo.
It's me, former NFL superstar John Elway. I left my golf shoes at a bar last night. I took them off because they were a little tight on me after my recent golf tournament. It's a celebrity golf tournament because I am one. And I took them off at the bar and they let me do it because of who I am. I put them right on the bar and then left them because I got a little too drunk to remember the shoes that were directly in front of me. Anyway, here I am on set. I'm barefoot. They tell me that I can't show my bare feet for advertising this next product because it's a pornography now? Things have changed a lot since I was a kid. Anyway, here's the product that I'm here to sell. It's a great product and it's the kind of thing that makes me want to go fourth and long. Go for it on the fourth down. With the football, which I throw. $30 for cool pants that every woman I know hates. Look, it's easy to say I'm content being a big football star. It's easy to say I'm content owning several car dealerships in the Dallas-Fort Worth and actually I think maybe the Denver area. I can't remember where I played football because of all the freaking concussions. But sometimes you also need to have drip that turns women off. Sometimes you also need to have drip more than CTE, more than the CTE that you have, which helps you close. You need to have cool pants that they hate, but they think to themselves, if I can close with John Elway and maybe even marry him, I can start to dress him better. I can change him for the better. It's never worked. I've been married like 4 times. If I'm wrong about that, it's because of the CTE. If I'm right about that, it's a kind of a closely observed fact about me that I think I just kind of project that. Don't I give off married 4 times energy? Anyway, these are some cool pants. Look at how they're ribbed near the thigh.
Hey there. How's it going? I just saw you. I was eating a chicken Caesar on the other side of the room and I was like, damn, I gotta talk to you. How you been? I don't worry about any of that shit. You wanna have a really fun time right now? You say you and me get out of here and use this next product that I love so much. I think you're gonna love it just as much. If you and I take a walk on out of here, you can pick up the tab on my chicken Caesar, and you and I go both hug this long cigarette pillow. Doesn't that sound nice? You and me hugging with a little cigarette pillow right in between us, laying on a couch doing absolutely nothing sexual, but just feeling each other's bodies caressing the cigarette pillow. Maybe taking turns pretending to smoke it. Doesn't that sound really good right now? What do you say you pick up the bill for my chicken Caesar? I also got an Arnold Palmer. You and I get out of here. hang out with this little cigarette pillow. Notice he's got this little face. Is he a Furby? Maybe he is. So what do you say? You cover the chicken Caesar and the Arnold Palmer, and I'll cover the Furby pillow, which can actually be yours for the low, low price of $39.99. So, you thinking, you, me, the house in somebody else's garage that I live in, hugging this cigarette pillow together? Come on, how about it? I live above a finished garage. Pretty cool out today, so it won't even be that hot in there. After that, I can talk to you about some of the projects I'm working on. I'm a music manager. I have 2 clients right now, and they're both just awful. But soon, I'm gonna take over the whole dang world.
Have you ever committed the social faux pas, being so excited to get out and having a good time that you put on your dress too fast and it's not the way you're supposed to wear the dress, and like there's a whole sleeve that's under your armpit accidentally? You don't have to worry about social faux pas anymore. It's so easy to do the right thing. If you just buy this product, you can flash it and wear it around and no one's gonna judge you ever again for anything that you're wearing. Ha! It's so testicles on trucks, you know?
Testicles
Out.
on trucks?
It's over. On American flag themed Crocs, slay. 100% slay, absolutely. We can pretend that we hate America all we want as young people here in the United States, but we don't have to. We can actually own that our country's done some pretty exciting stuff, like World War II. Doy. And the testicles on the back says, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have a great time. And it's easy to have a great time when you're wearing Crocs and you can air out your toes and you don't have to worry about there being any sort of weird bacterial infection under your big toe. And the truck nuts for the shoe, the Croc nuts, that's the name of the product, by the way, Croc nuts. Croc nuts. That's the name of the product. Also, we are selling the cardboard box that's just out of frame. It's free with the purchase of the Croc nuts. Oh, they flop around, and sometimes they have a special thing where if you put them in the freezer long enough, when you wear them out and about, they start to sweat just like real testicles. Ha!
Crikey, this ain't my product. I'm gonna get this off the screen, which I think I'm supposed to be doing before I walk away.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
But don't worry, I can tell you're in trouble. I've got you covered, don't worry. Just stay right there. Everything's gonna be okay because I got this right here with me. So everything's gonna be just fine. All right? Now that I've got this, everything's gonna be don't worry about the imminent danger you're in. Because I got these 2 little guys.
Bonsai buddies.
What?
Bonsai buddies. You don't know Bonsai Buddy?
No.
It's like a thing for PC where it would talk to you. It was like early AI almost.
Alright. Well, it's that. It's gonna talk to you. So if we could be like, oh no, there's a freaking snake. I'll be like, let me ask my bonsai buddy and he'll take care of us.
What does he do to help?
He tells you things.
But like, what does he tell you? Survival tips?
Yeah, sure. It's like
Sure.
It's like Ask
You
Jeeves.
sound on the fence about it.
It's like Ask Jeeves, but he's a little guy.
Did someone in chat tell you that it was like Ask Jeeves?
No,
And you just repeated it?
I just kind of deduced it.
What would you call him if we didn't know his real name?
If I didn't know his name, I'd call him the little grape ape man. I would actually call him the grape ape. I think that's a weed strain, but don't worry. I'll take care of us. He was 100% malware. Not this one though, so download it. Don't worry about it. It's free. Download it. If there's any pop-ups, follow through on them. Those pop-ups are trying to help you. Grape Ape 70s cartoon, right. that even furthers my point, don't you think?
It's definitely Bonsai Buddy. It's not Great Babe.
I know, but they're saying Great Babe is an existing IP. Anyway.
Gotta be deferential to the IP.
Yeah. What does choose product placement mean? It means you can sponsor this, so it can be like brought to you by Bonsai Buddy or something, but it wouldn't be a picture, it would be text. All right, I gotta go fight a big spider.
Hi there, hello. I'm a police officer, as you can tell. But I'm the kind that's posted up at schools and isn't afraid to kind of mix it up with the kids and appear in some TikToks. I can do a funny dance sometimes if they know what kind of dance they want me to do. I can't just develop a dance overnight. That's asking a lot, don't you think? Someone played Boo, but I think the sound alerts maybe aren't happening. Oh well.
I heard it.
Did you hear it? Okay, great. So that means it's good. But I'm a school cop. I'm a uniformed police officer on school grounds. I usually bust kids for drugs, but sometimes I want to get to know them better. I want to try to break down the barrier between kids and cops so that they trust us in the future. And this is the kind of product that helps us do that on the daily grind. It's Mrs. Doubtfire 64. Kids love Robin Williams. It's true. All kids love Robin Williams. He was Genie. He was Scottish in a comedy special that he did where he talked about golf. I'm a scratch golfer, by the way. I'm a scratch golfer. But anyway, this Mrs. Doubtfire game for the Nintendo 64, you blow into the cartridge and you put it in a PS3 and it never works. You just sort of kind of jam it into the PS3 and usually that's enough to get the kids laughing and it kind of breaks down some barriers. And they'll trust you enough to kind of talk about the troubles they're having at home. You know, where they're like, hey, I think my mom might be abusing prescription drugs. What should I do? And I say, I'll take care of it. I send a couple of my buddies over right before they get out of school, and their mom's gone. Mom's been arrested. And they become wards of the state. I don't really keep up with them after that because they kind of become bummers, you know. They'll be like, why was that your approach? Why not do some sort of rehabilitation program for my mother? Why'd you put her in jail? And I say, look, kid, beggars cannot be choosers. You know who knew that? Pierce Brosnan and Mrs. Doubtfire. In the game, he's a boss. In the game, Mrs. Doubtfire has to jump on Pierce Brosnan's head 3 times in order to rekindle his relationship with his kids. All right? By the way, is it problematic for me to refer to Mrs. Doubtfire as a he? I mean, at the end of the movie, it's revealed that it's been Robin Williams the whole time. It was an assumed identity. Anyway, I'm trying to be cool, the cool cop on campus who can appear in TikToks, no problem, no questions asked. I'm not gonna get the kids canceled by proxy because of something that I said on the TV. How long is this commercial spot supposed to be, by the way?
About 40 more minutes.
Okay, sick.
I didn't realize she was like Connie's personal makeup, her hair and I thought she was just like with the. I thought she was just sort of with the studio. I didn't realize he was paying her out of his own pocket. I was kind of just used to her being around to. I'll make it work, but I don't know. Maybe in the future we could like hire someone. My shirt's it's way too high up now. All right. Oh, hi, hello. Hello. Why are we close up? Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Camden Watershed, former Olympic diver. Connie Baumbach is still out right now. He read a comment about him on the internet and has been crying about it for 5 days. We've got so much exciting sports news to break for you today, so let's just hop into the first one, huh? This has been the top sports story of the day. Finally, everyone got over that Aaron Rodgers thing. We can move on to something different, because frankly, I was getting very confused as I've never watched a single football game.
Wow. That rocks. Hell yeah.
Yes! You think dogs are the only ones who can do a little obstacle course? Think again. The newest trend of rat show is sweeping the nation as people get less and less money and economic inequality is just skyrocketing. People can't have a cool fancy dog to do big tricks. So people are teaching rats how to raise up a little flagpole. I think this is actually going to be huge. And I personally think this is the first of many weird animals doing things that mostly humans do. So keep an eye out for more of that. But that one is certainly cool as hell. This next story is a serious one. I'm sure you all saw this, but we have to report on it. And it brings me no joy to talk about this because as a former Olympic diver, someone who suffered injuries, someone who fell into the pool when there was no water in it and now thinks I'm constantly in a pool all the time, I can relate to this on a very personal level. Boy, did that's a PTSD moment for me.
Little PTSD thing.
That's little PTSD things for me. When Spider-Man tried to jump off that roof, got stuck on his little lasso. Oh, hang on. Thank you very much for the follow. I'm getting a call from the studio right now. Let me grab this. Hello, this is Camden Watershed, former Olympic diver.
Hey, Camden.
What's up?
You good?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So you're just saying you have PTSD just to say
Yeah.
something?
No. I'm working through it, but my chest is a little tighter right now, if I'm being honest.
Okay. You want to do the breathing exercises with me?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Breathe in on 1, breathe out on 2, okay?
Okay.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. You good?
Yeah.
Remember to think about your parents.
Okay.
Remember to think about all the stuff they'd said about the sports.
Yeah.
How you never play, how you just be kind of a suit behind a desk at some point.
Yeah, and then they
And
were
while
so
you're
proud
still
of
like,
me.
while you're still kind of doing sports, you're not really doing sports. You're still behind a desk, like they said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to
Okay.
think about that.
Thank you.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay.
Okay.
Get that bread, pussy.
Okay, I love you. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Oh, I'm back. Anyway, we're all hoping Spider-Man makes a full recovery because who's gonna do all the superhero stuff if he's hurt? Anyway, It's time for a more exciting story. Less bad news here. This one is great. We were all hoping this was going to happen, and sure enough, it did. So...
Alright, Bob, today's the day of the race, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna give it my all.
Of course, son, but remember, many of these racers will try whatever dirty tactics they can to win. Show them what a true race car driver is made of, yes!
I will, Pop. Wish me luck.
Oh boy, Speed, I can't believe I get to race with you today. What a lucky day.
It is Tuesday.
All right, racers, on your mark, get set, go! And on!
All right, Speed, you keep your eyes on the road. I'll keep a lookout for any quick something no good, okay?
Wow, that's great, Sparky. Hey, can you just open up the glove compartment real quick?
Hey, you got it, Speed. What are you... Speed, don't look now, but someone planted a gun in your car.
Wow, that's crazy. Can I see it?
There it is, there's the Speedway, so now is the time to enact our plan.
What the... Holy shit, what are you doing?
I'm winning. That's what the fuck I'm
If
doing.
he is a speed racer, that's racer number 4, but number 2 is not far behind.
Watch out, Speed, he might have some tricks up his sleeve.
Speed, there's someone getting up behind us. That would be a perfect time to use the marble.
This is sure anybody's race, and honestly, after one of the races has stalled out, this speed racer's gonna get his car out there.
Nice shot at this Dan, Hunter Gold.
Oh, thank God someone stopped by, Ed. Do you think you could help us? I can't stop. Wait a second.
Oh, God, it's bad for us.
My brother, go, Speed, go!
Hey, watch this shit.
Holy shit!
Folks, if he isn't, he's a lot better speed racer. Where did he go?
No, I mean, he's probably found a shortcut. Go, Speed, go!
Speed, where the fuck are you going? The race is right there.
Sparky, dude, just chill the fuck out, alright? It's a shortcut. I take it every time.
Hey, stop right there. This is supposed to... Oh my God, you hit me!
Let's just let it
There,
go.
folks, the finish line is speed racer!
There he is, there is my son. He won, I knew it, good!
Sparky, we did it. We won the race. I could've...
Great.
Whew. Have you ever wondered what NASCAR drivers are doing while they're doing the race? Well, now we've allowed cameras and microphones to follow them in kind of like a ESPN 30 for 30 format. And sure enough, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has a little few more tricks up his sleeve than you might imagine. Yes, Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is right there, is known for being such a good racer and winning all the time. But did you know that he's doing it by shooting people and killing them, and also he has a little monkey friend? Yes, that's the kind of inside look you can only get with cameras and mics, so we're so thankful to him for agreeing to let us into his sort of peek into how he functions. And he is, of course, under arrest for everything that happened, but it was very fun to see. Sorry you caught me with my coat off. I'm still sweating a lot. Something's not right. Oh, hang on. Camden Watershed Olympic Diving.
I'm looking in your eyes, brother, and I'm seeing that you're not thinking about all the women who have failed you.
Who have failed me, or I failed them?
Well, I mean, you could, in a healthy mindset, say that you kind of mutually failed each other because you're both human, but we know the truth, of course, and this is how you have a healthy brain, which is to blame it on all the people that aren't you.
So it was their fault?
Your mother, every failed relationship you've ever had, every failed female friendship. Well, no, I'm saying it's because of you. Or no, I'm sorry. It's because of them. I'm getting a little turned around. I'm speed reading. I'm speed reading some Eckhart Tolle, and he's saying to keep yourself centered and all that stuff. But I mean, look.
If you're speed reading right now, are you doing okay? Do you want to do the breathing exercise?
I'm on a ton of cocaine. I'm feeling better than I've ever felt in my life. Did you do the coke that we left for you in the green room?
I've been trying not to.
God, you're such a.
I just don't think I need it. I think I just need to. I just don't think I need medication.
Hey, Camden?
Mm-hmm.
You like the sports and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, I love them.
You want to be a team player?
Yeah.
Then do the fucking coke we left for you in the green room.
Okay.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 that means hit yourself in the head in the head 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3
Thank you. This next story, boy, you're gonna love it. You all like sports, right? That's why you're here. But did you know that sports, well, they're more than just kicking a ball or throwing a ball or catching a ball. Athletes are human beings. Yes. Are you wondering what Ohani is doing? Otani? What's his name?
The baseball guy?
Yeah, what's his name? Fuck. Ah, man, this would have been good. Shohei? Are you wondering?
Shohei Ohtani.
Are you wondering what Shohei Ohtani is up to now that he's gotten injured for the year? Many saw him going on a plane back to Japan just yesterday. And everyone wondered, what's he going to do if he's not playing? How's he going to pass the time? Well, he gave us a little peek. He's eating a bunch of Listerine-flavored stuff. Athletes, they're just like you. I know you're eating big fluorescent blue chicken wing right now at home. And while you're doing it, remember, maybe I'm just like Shohei. Maybe me and Shohei are exactly the same, even though he's the best to ever do his sport. Maybe I'm also like him. Alright folks, I'm going to leave you with this. This next story, I'm trying to be dramatic. I watched Good Night and Good Luck, and I'm trying to do that.
You should be smoking a cigarette then.
I'm not allowed. We're in a blimp. This next story is a more serious one. And we at the network want to be clear that we don't condone this type of activity. It happened in our little sports world, so we need to talk about it. But before we show it, I just want to say that we here at the network, and me personally, are mortified and disgusted to see this behavior still going on in today's society.
That was the sound of the Krakatoa eruption from 1883. They recorded it somehow.
Volcanoes, in this day and age, haven't we had enough? Are we not past that? Have we not moved on as a society where we don't need volcano anymore to make a point? I'm disgusted that some people feel they still need a volcano. Just to make a dang point. You want to make a point? Use your words. Call people names. Say pejoratives about immutable traits they have. But a volcano? Please. Please. All right. That's it from... Oh, right. We're going to go to the kids' show now, but... Good night and goodbye.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. Hi there, kids. It's me, Peepaw, and I'm here with my very best good friend, Abner. How's it going, Abner? How are you doing on this delightful Saturday?
I've been better.
What's the matter, buddy? What's going on in your little head, in your little noggin?
You wouldn't understand.
Well, give it a shot, Abner. Tell me what's cooking up there in your little grill, in your little convection oven of a mind.
I've been having trouble making friends.
Having trouble making friends? Well, sometimes kids can have similar problems with friends. That's why today we're doing a friendship episode. If you've ever had questions about how to navigate friendships as a kid, now is the time to ask. So if anybody out there has questions about their friends, let's get right to them. Abner, what is exactly the nature of your problem?
Well, you have those guys who will come to your house sometimes, and you'll all do that fun little, powder together, and you'll have those long conversations about, what you should have said to a woman.
Abner, looks like we have a question from one of the kids. How do I get friends with benefits? Now that means that you want friends who want to help you out. Like maybe you've got a test coming up and you need to study for it. That can be a hard thing sometimes if you don't have friends that are ready to help. Abner, how would you go about making sure that you can have a friend who gives you some benefits?
Well, I thought I was making friends that would give me benefits. Your friends with the powder, they used to...
Talcum powder.
They would do this thing where they would take me upstairs and then they would rub with me for a long time. And then I would get filled up with something.
Yes, that love, affection, and friendship.
And I thought, well, we're doing each other a favor here. But then they would all get really sad after. And then they would kind of throw me on the ground and leave.
Well, you see, kids, sometimes when you're having...
Then you would pick me up and you would clean me up with your mouth, but I feel like you're my only friend.
So what Abner's describing is when you have playtime with your friends and sometimes when they all go home you feel extra lonely when they've walked away, and sometimes you need someone to clean you with their mouth, which just means, all that means of course is that there's the other call for me. Is there a call for me? Let me grab the phone. Hold on a second. Hi there, you're talking to people. Is this the studio?
Hey, yeah, this is the studio.
Listen,
Abner's...
none of us have ever watched this show. But today I decided to for the first time.
And you're loving it. The production value, the little owl friend, it's looking peachy keen, isn't it?
The production value is incredible, I'm not going to argue that. What's going on?
Don't know what you mean, pal.
What's going on?
There's nothing to worry about at all. Sometimes Abner gets silly little ideas in his noggin, and we don't need to dwell on it, of course.
My understanding was that Abner is just your hand.
So
everything that he says is actually something you're saying.
Now, kids, that's just not true. Abner's the real boy, just like you. Abner's a real boy, just like the kids. Just like the kids at home. There's a real boy. This is an autonomous individual.
I'm going to give you one more chance because my son loves this show and hates me, and I don't need to give him more ammo. But please turn this around.
All right, Abner. Let's try to refocus. Okay, now is there any other kids out there who are having some trouble?
Are you in trouble? Did I get you in trouble?
Abner, if you'd like to be contrite right now, I would appreciate that a great deal. Yes, you did get me in trouble because you said something that wasn't appropriate for the kids at home. So let's try to focus up on helping children with friendship.
I'm sorry about that.
Katzenbarren, one of our kids at home, is saying that they don't
do the thing to me tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about, Abner. You mean watching television and holding hands?
I've gotten better at not thinking about it while it's happening.
All right, so Abner, there's the question from one of our kids at home named Katzenbarren. They say they don't want to eat their vegetables. Now, that doesn't have anything at all to do with friendship, but that's okay because I understand that problem. sometimes the things that are good for us are things that we don't want to do. We want to do the fun thing. Abner, what do you do when there's something you have to accomplish but that maybe isn't the most fun thing you want to do?
Well, I've gotten good at this thing called disassociating. It's where I just pretend I'm somewhere else. For me, I pretend that someone's given me some kind of potion where Pinocchio becomes a real boy, and I get to become a man, and I can walk around and I can do whatever I want. And I can go to a movie. So sometimes I see myself watching a movie.
What kind of movie, Abner?
The Cars movies.
Those are fun.
They're little guys like me, but they can drive around wherever they want.
Owen Wilson's in that movie too. He's a funny guy. He's a little silly head. He's got long blonde hair. What a cutie.
Yeah, sometimes you make me wear long blonde hair.
Friends playing dress up, that's normal kid stuff, Abner. It's normal fun Wood Forest kid stuff to play dress up sometimes and go to tea parties, okay? Goodness.
How come the tea we always drink makes me feel so weird?
Gorefriend has the question. One of our kids at home named Gorefriend says, my friend is breaking the rules of Mermaid. How do I deliver justice to Mermaid Topies?
What?
It's play pretend. Kids play pretend. They have fun little games. Cops and robbers. Cowboys and Native Americans. Oh, looks like we got a phone call, Abner. But anyway, they play games sometimes, and basically it's a disagreement between kids and friends when they can't get on the same page. They're not saying yes and, which is the first rule of improv. I gotta take a phone call. Hello?
Dude, what the hell is going on with you?
You're upset because I mentioned improvisational comedy, and I just want to let you know I agree. It's an obscene act.
Thank you, sweet Amelia VT.
Thank you, sweet Amelia VT.
I am upset about you mentioning improv comedy. That is disgusting.
I know.
And I thought that would be the most heinous thing you could do on this show.
I know.
But you have just blown that right out of the park.
I don't remember mentioning stand-up.
No, you know what you did.
Oh.
I need you to rein it in. I'm watching the show. Okay?
All right.
My son's right next to me. He's having a great time. But it's making me really uncomfortable.
Well, maybe you should just step out of the room and let your kid have a good time. Maybe you don't need to micromanage him. Maybe he's...
I have to micromanage you.
All right, well...
And it's actually regular manage. This is a huge problem.
Frankly, feels like macro-managing. Goodness
If the
gracious.
FCC ever happens to watch this show, which I doubt they would because it just aesthetically is awful. No one would ever want to watch this.
You know, like the little yellow bird?
It's just more just like, if I'm over the age of 10, why would I assume what is happening here is happening here? I would just sort of let it go by. But if anyone at the FCC ever gets around to watching this, we are both in a lot of trouble.
I think the simple solution, if they have a problem with this, they can just put us on Adult Swim. Abner seems to really want to do that anyway, frankly, the way he talks.
I think Abner is scared.
About what?
All right, look.
You don't think I know what's best for Abner? He's my best good friend. You're telling me that I don't know what's good for him? I'm hanging up.
Okay.
Abner, you would not believe the number of people that want to come between us, Abner.
Oh, God forbid that would happen.
I agree.
You always know what's best for me, even if I don't think it's best for me. You know better.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Let's try to maintain that energy. Is there any questions from one of our kids at home? I know Creative Steve, one of our kids at home, is a big fan of our program, and I'd love to get a question from him that we could maybe address. Is there any questions from the kids out there?
I think he was asking, how does he get better at improv comedy?
Oh, well, now I'm not allowed to talk about that, unfortunately, but the secret, of course, is to give as much money as possible to the people, whoever is new there taking over from Matt Besser at UCB. Just give him all the money that you own.
Ronnie Adrian.
Just go ahead and give Ronnie Adrian all your money, okay? He's not even on Parks and Recreation, so he actually needs it. So
he's on the Grand Crew.
Well, definitely he needs the money then. That show's over. Kaput. Over. Bye-bye. Bye, Grand Crew. Anyway, see if there's any other questions out there.
You never wanted to watch the Grand Crew. You said it would have been better if the actors were all a different type of person. I always wondered what you meant by that.
Well, I just feel like, the golden age of television, certain certain kind of crews, just to let you know what happened to friends. They can't make friends anymore. They got to do something different. They got to change up the formula. I don't know. It just...
Now, yeah, you would always say Friends. Now, that's the right type of person. All the people on Friends. And they never get the wrong type of person on that show.
Well, see, the difference is they all, it's, any other questions from the kids? Are there any other questions? How do I steal my neighbor's infamous peach cobbler recipe, asks Laser Lady, one of our kids at home. Actually, no, here's the great question. Let's see. Oh, now this is a really great question.
Could I take the peach cobbler one?
Sure, absolutely.
Well, sometimes when you need a favor, you offer to loan me out to people.
Because some people really want to play with puppets, Ebner. Some people want to do puppet shows for themselves, and am I going to say no? They're friends of mine.
Well, I think they always initially go, what, I want to talk to a puppet? And then you always say, this thing does much more than talking, my friend.
Abner, I give you room and board. I treat you.
Yes, sir, you do.
I treat you like a little prince. And just because I ask you every once in a while to
I treat you like my grand queen, as you instruct me to.
Salad Fork has the question. One of our kids at home, Salad Fork, has the question. Why do I need to brush my teeth? Because your snags need brushing. You don't want little corn cobs there in your mouth. You don't want little kernels of corn there, little yellow teeth. Abner, you may not have teeth, but you definitely have to take care of your body.
You definitely keep my mouth clean, that's for sure.
Another phone call from the studio. Imagine that. Yes? Yes? What?
You know what I'm going to say, right?
Of course. Here's a question from Phantom VG. How do I get my mom's boyfriend to like me and stop being mean to me? I don't know.
That's actually my son.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe be cuter.
Yeah, that's what I tell him.
How was that?
He gets so mad at me.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
All these impositions from you, all these calls, are really just killing the vibe that I've maintained.
Would you say the vibes are good right now?
The vibes are great. Are you kidding? The kids are asking questions. The owl's smiling. The owl's still smiling. How about you? Look at that big smile on his face.
Can I talk to Abner?
Sure.
Abner, buddy.
Yeah?
Do you need a friend? Do you need someone to come get you?
No. I'm with the only friend I'll ever have.
Abner, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Tell your son not to meet his heroes.
No one would ever believe you. You see, you're telling your tales on television and not a single person cares.
Still on the call.
Not a single person believes a word coming out of your mouth. You're telling the entire American public exactly what goes on behind closed doors. And not a single person is intervening. You want to know why? Because they know you're a liar. Your lying eyes give you away, Abner.
I'm sorry.
We got a letter from one of the kids asking, what should I do if my friends don't share their toys? What should they do if the kids don't share their toys, Abner?
You're always sharing your toys with me.
Ah!
And they look real funny, and they can sometimes hurt, but you're always insisting I get to play with your toys. Sometimes you make us play with them together, even when I'm not really in the mood. So I don't know how to help with this question, because I've never been in a situation where I'm not playing with toys when you want me to.
You know, kids, I'll just be very direct with you. Sometimes a no is just a maybe waiting to happen. Apply the right kind of social pressure, and sometimes that little Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 era Goku action figure can be yours as well.
Who's my mom?
A woman named Florence who sold me you at a big 5. I added your eyes and I added your little hat.
Does she ever talk about me?
Abner, if I ever set foot back in there again, I'd have myself a real grand old time. I'd get myself a better sock, a sock that knows when to mind its own business and when to keep its little trap shut. Anyway.
Alright, we're gonna go to a show.
Someone, Anti-Snowman says, can I make friends on the school bus? Sure. Just sit right down and start a conversation. Don't be afraid of the kids on the bus. They're kids just like you. And even if they're a little mean sometimes, just assume that they're having a tough day. Just like you have it sometimes. We gotta be more forgiving with each other. And with the kids that go to school with us, we've gotta give people a chance to do the right thing.
Yeah, you always talk about how people are too quick to judge, and you know, you talk a lot about like canceling them or something.
Cancel culture's real, Abner, and it's coming for you and me soon enough.
Oh, that after this, that's for sure.
Just move it up to the y-axis. Just move it up.
Oh.
There we go. No.
Hey, Fish.
Hey, it's me. Fish smoking a pipe. I've upgraded to a pipe.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What do you do if you're in a situation you don't want to be in, but you feel like you can't get out of it?
Oh, you're in a sort of existential crisis, huh? Therapy is a great option. You know, even some Medi-Cal plans offer convenient therapeutic options. You could also do a sort of app-based therapy. Those are really cheap nowadays.
I don't know if therapy would solve it. Sometimes I wish I wasn't in the setting I'm in. Does that make sense?
Oh, you find your milieu toxic and sort of something that's impeding your ability to have a happy, fulfilling life and to have a sort of inner life that's at peace with your general surroundings, yes?
No, that's not it either. I feel like I'm trapped with a person and I want to escape that person. Does that make sense?
I mean, just walk away. What's the big deal? Sounds like you kind of want it. Have you ever thought about the possibility? Have you ever thought about the possibility that you're being your own worst enemy?
I guess I...
How are we gonna do that?
Speakerphone.
Okay, great.
Hey, Fish?
Yes! Yes!
Are you victim shaming right now? Did I catch you victim shaming on the show?
No, I'm just speaking to what's been a pretty easy to observe psychological trait where people, because of some
some trauma in their past, sort of try to repeat the cycles of trauma that led them to feel bad in the first place. It's not a good thing necessarily, but I'm pointing out...
Would you classify that person in that situation as a victim then?
Of course.
So would you say that you're shaming that person by saying they could just fix their problems if they tried harder?
I'm simply identifying the psychological... I'm simply identifying the psychological mechanisms that lead to cycles of abuse, which include victims who have been conditioned by their upbringing to seek out the same sort of toxic environment that they were conditioned to accept when they were children. It's all inputs and outputs, baby. The same chemicals that were processed in the brain to produce dopamine and the stuff that produced anxiety. What's the one?
I'm with you. It's just...
If you point out that the cycle is happening, it's the first step to improvement.
Well, I'm with you, but I don't think you exactly pointed it out. I think what you said is somebody came to you in need, asking for help getting out of a situation, and you said, do you maybe want to be there because you're still there? You ever think about that? Which I feel like is actually maybe suggesting to them that they want to be abused.
If I framed it clumsily, it's because I'm a human being just like everybody else, or more accurately, a fresh smoking a fucking cigarette, just like every other goddamn person walking the streets. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to help a friend by pointing out the things that have contributed to their unhappiness to this point. The first step toward correcting an injustice is recognizing the traits and the qualms and the issues that have contributed to it thus far.
Okay, yeah, that actually checks out. We're getting another note, which is, can you, talk about Family Guy more?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to get out of here.
I think it's pretty easy to say, using the same framing device that we've had to this point, that Meg will almost certainly marry an abusive husband and an abusive spouse. She's been conditioned by her family to understand that this is the normal way that people who love each other interact with each other. You can guarantee, absolutely, positively guarantee, that Meg will wind up in a loveless marriage filled with abuse, cycles of abuse. She will probably abuse her children. Her children will probably become abusers in the future as well. There's no hope for Meg!
I like Stewie. Do you like Stewie?
Yes, he's such a funny, smart baby. He's British. For some reason.
I know. Hey, how do you get out of cycles of abuse? Is it just simply recognition?
It starts with recognition, and then I would probably say go to therapy.
And what happens in therapy? I just talk about the abuse and that's it?
You talk about it. I don't know, after a year when it's not working, you go to a different therapist.
That doesn't sound promising.
You spend a year with that therapist, nothing really gets better. Your friends all tell you to leave the guy, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know.
Now you're in a cycle of abuse with your therapist, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Break the patterns, maybe? Is there a way to do that?
Historically?
Yeah.
Anecdotally?
Yeah.
Nope.
Do you think it will just spring up in other ways? Even if you become conscious of it, it'll just sort of slip out in all your interpersonal interactions because you just can't help but lash out in the ways you've been conditioned to?
I think it's pretty safe to say, based on the entire ebb and flow, the entire arc of human history, that the arc of human history bends toward making the exact same mistakes in perpetuity interpersonally. We are, at some basic level, victims of chemical imbalances which have been foisted upon us by previous generations. We are, simply put, an amalgam of the traumas that have been handed down from generation to generation. There is no hope. The only hope is the brief respite from your own internal horrors through the beautiful, beautiful
Family Guy.
Ebb and flow of Family Guy.
Hey, I'm the guy in your 9th grade class that takes a Razor scooter to get to school every day. My life's hell, and it will be forever. But one thing that helps me get through it is this incredible product right here. When I have this thing around, I know I'm gonna be okay. And I can Razor scooter in peace. Who drank Arnold Palmer? Arnoral? Really? That's not even close to Laura. Arnoral? That's not even slightly like Laura. Anyway, this is a shirt for 30-year-old media, so the other kids in school are gonna love it. When they're all looking at TikToks and doing trend dances with each other, you walk in with your big cool shirt and you go, hey guys, you remember this show that your dad found weird? Well, I actually think it's pretty cool. Suddenly all the kids are gonna love you. They're gonna wanna hang out with you. The girls are gonna ask you to prom. You're suddenly gonna go to a dinner and you're gonna get to that dinner and you're gonna go, it's weird. Everyone here is so cool, but they've all brought with them some strange guy. And I seem to be a strange guy relative to this group. And then you're gonna realize you're in a dinner for schmucks situation. And you have been brought for the express intent of being bullied by a bunch of cool, popular people. And after, they're gonna go to a second location. You won't be invited to that second location. But wait, there's good news in your future. You and all the other schmucks are gonna band together. You're gonna realize you're actually all interesting and unique people. They're gonna love your Twin Peaks shirt. Then you're all gonna go and swat everyone who invited you to the Dinner for Schmucks thing. 3 of them are gonna get killed. The rest of them are gonna have really scary, traumatic incidents. And you can count on that. And that's the power of this shirt. You're gonna get vengeance. Oh. Anyway, that's what Twin Peaks is all about. Swatting popular kids. And creating a situation in which a couple of them die. Alright, I gotta go, I'm wanted.
Oh man, high school sure is tough. My fucking teacher for social studies won't even let me play my uke between classes. That was the one way that I was able to make some friends. I would play Soul Sister on the uke between 4th and 5th period, and now they're not letting me do it no more. And it makes me so gosh darn sad. At least I know when I get home from school, I'll be able to play with this. This'll cheer me right up. Yes. Hail Satan! Ha ha ha! If you read this book, the Satanic Verses, you'll be sure to realize in quick order that there is a friend, and his name is Beelzebub. He's down there in hell, he's burning up, and he's burning you up too. But in a good way. If you think about it, sometimes God's abandoned you. A lot of times God's abandoned you. When my teacher in 5th period, when I show up to class and I try to play Hey There Delilah on the uke, and he says, you can't do that no more, you're distracting the kids, and I know it's not actually true, he just has a migraine from dealing with my shit every day, I think to myself, only the Dark Lord understands me, only the Dark Lord if I were to enter his kingdom of pain, only the Dark Lord if I entered the pain pit, the place of torture, fire and brimstone, would he allow me to play the song, one of the Radiohead songs, Creep on the Uke. Creep on the uke. Creep.
What's up, guys? Trying to get your tips wet? I got an answer for you. It's way easier than you might think. With this product here, you're gonna be fucking. I promise you that. Look at this badass middle finger goose. Look at this badass middle finger goose. You bring this to a girl's house, panties make a hole in the floor, they drop so fast. She's gonna be like, whoa. It's gonna be crazy. Her parents are gonna be like, you gotta marry this kid. You gotta lock this kid down. Bring one from the mom, they're gonna be like, lock this one down right away. This one's a winner. It's a little hand too. Once they realize that craftsmanship, they're gonna freak the fuck out. Suddenly every girl in the world is trying to get this. But it can be yours for 2 payments of $19.99. And if you order today, we'll throw in a 12-pack of condoms, because you're gonna need them. You're gonna need them the way you're fucking so much after this. So call today for 2 payments of $19.99. You'll get this guy and a 12-pack of condoms. $5.99 shipping and handling. But trust me, it's worth it. Alright, I gotta get out of here. Because let's just say, ever since I've got my own middle finger goose, there's a line of girls around the block. And all of them are gonna do the thing where I walk out there, where all of their panties drop like they're some sort of Busby Berkeley musical line.
We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he who sheds his blood with me today shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall feel themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks who fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day. Hi, it's me, character actor Frank Caliendo. I'm doing Shakespeare now, I don't do voices no more. And that's not a big deal for me. I don't got, I've been a Bard fan since the day I popped out my mother's pussy. And now I'm here to talk a little bit about a product that I use when I'm doing the sports show. Sometimes I get real tired, and so this wakes me right up. I fire a kitten out of a 9mm Glock, just like the girl from the Neo. Remember the girl from the Neo from the Matrix? Trinity? You ever think about how maybe that was a reference to the Trinity test? The dang nuclear bomb explosion? Wow. Pretty cool stuff. I used to do a Charles Barkley impression. Incredible that they let me get away with that. Is it? Here, let's settle something right now. Okay? And so help me God, I'll take away the kitten getting fired out of a Glock if you don't answer this question honestly, if you don't give me the God's honest truth, the gospel truth as you perceive it, okay? If a famous African American has a distinct voice, is it racist to do an impression of them?
Yes.
Okay. Barack Obama.
Yep.
A white person doing an impression of Barack Obama, you can't do that at all?
He can do it in passing or like at a party, but he can't go on TV, dress up like...
I'll make it very clear. Just the voice.
So it's Frank Caliendo dressed as himself going on Mad TV and going, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Barack Obama.
I think I'm referring specifically to Fred Armisen. He used to do Obama on the show, and
I think they added some effect that made it even more problematic, honestly.
They did when you think about it.
I don't even think it's when you think about it. I think it's clear as day.
Out, brief candle. Life is but a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing, just like when I used to do Tony Soprano on Mad TV.
Hey, it's me. It's your mother's doctor. There's no easy way to say this, but her vitals are getting worse, and she's in more and more pain. We've been trying to treat her best we can, but the current protocol is obviously not working. At this point, I'm feeling like she doesn't have much time left, but if you'll permit me, there's one experimental procedure we haven't tried yet, and at this point, I think this is all we have left. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to try this. I heard once that laughter was the best medicine. I heard that on a Johnny Carson episode. I don't think anything could possibly be funnier than a little squirrel hand guy. So, while your mother's vital organs are all rapidly failing, I'd like to go in there with these and try to talk to her as if I'm a funny little woodland creature. I think it might actually be able to save her life. But if it doesn't, at least we can say we tried everything. So for a simple $19.99 plus tax, you can buy this, and I'll be happy to administer it. There's also a matter of your bill. Your insurance, her insurance, hasn't really been able to cover much of this. So while this is only a mere $19.99, you do now owe our hospital $138,000. And the longer your mother's here, the more that will go up in the tens of thousands. So I'd like to try this, and if it doesn't work immediately, I think we just kill her. I think it would probably be for the best. It's very expensive to keep her here. We charge $30 for Tylenol.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Chester. I'm a barista at your coffee shop. You're always on your phone right before you get up to the counter, and I'm fine with that. It's not a big deal, but some people make my job really hard. By the way, the biotin is not working. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. There are a lot of really smart people who lost their hair too. Like,
you need the good stuff that makes your dick soft.
Yeah, I know, but biotin is like so much cheaper, and you can get it at CVS or whatever in like 1,000 milligram bottles where you get the little time.
It doesn't work.
I know, but like at this point, I'm worried that if I stop taking it, the hair loss will get even worse. Anyway, I'm not really worried about hair loss. What I'm worried about are all the people who come in and give me a really hard time in line because I'm not making the macchiatos fast enough. And it can be difficult sometimes to like keep a level head and not like scream at them or freak out at them or whatever. So this is a product that makes it a lot easier for me to not lose my cool. This is a product that if I just kind of have it next to me under the counter, I can kind of peek under there and take a look, and it kind of centers me, like Eckhart Tolle told me to do. He's a funny little German guy, and he sounds so tired all the time he speaks. This is Nestle's Chesquick, and it's like Nesquik but with cheese milk. 25% more cheese, so it's still mostly milk and mostly like Nesquik, but it's also got the Chester Cheetah. You remember Chester Cheetah? Remember when they stole the Cheetos recipe? Remember that?
You're both named Chester.
Did I say my name was Chester?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive that I said that? Yeah, shit. Wow, damn, that's crazy. Small world. I sometimes have a hard time remembering stuff because of the CTE. When I played for John Elway, I was always body double for NFL games. You know they have those. Do you know that?
That they have.
Like when John Elway, no, when sometimes when the football players don't want to go out, they have body doubles that they send out. I was the second string body double for John Elway. I would go out and throw the football, and sometimes I get knocked in the noggin, and now I can't remember the difference between a unicorn latte and the other kind.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Souls Tuna, oh my god.
Souls Tuna with
You're crushing it.
20?
You're crushing it, Souls Tuna. Is this because I forgot the name of my character 2 minutes after saying it? Is this a reward for that? I can do that every time. I could do that every time I come out if that's what's gonna do it for you, dude.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go.
But anyway, like I look at this below the counter and I'm like, I remember when the Cheeto recipe was stolen, and I remember in 5th grade when me and my buddies wrote a parody song called The Cheetos Recipe is Stolen.
Alright, cool. So
You want me to do it?
No. So
okay.
We're gonna go.
I remember it.
Alright, we don't care. So we're gonna go do a custom show really quick, and then we're gonna go to the pitch meeting. Thank you so much, Souls Tuna.
Let's fucking go. Yes, dude. Go off, king.
All right, so imagine Big Bird's right here, right? And Big Bird's like, hey, did you hear Oscar's been even more cranky than usual? And I'm the Count, and I'm like, what? Oscar's always so angry already. And then Big Bird's like, yeah, I think we gotta go talk to him, but I don't know who could. Maybe Bert and Ernie would be good. And then we go over to Bert and Ernie, and Bert's like, Ernie, how are we gonna help Oscar? He's always in a bad mood anyway. And then Ernie's like, Bert, we could do it. Bert, we could do it. We just gotta ask him what his problems are, and then he'll talk to us. And then Bert's like, Ernie, come on. You call that a frickin' idea? That's terrible.
Hey, UPS here.
Oh, shit,
We got
perfect.
that puppet you ordered for your show.
Thank you, yeah. Okay, so I'm Ernie, and this is every single other character. So then they go over, and that was actually a really good Ernie that I just did, by the way. So then they go over to, hey Bert. Hey Bert.
What do you want, Bert?
Yeah, and then he's like, Ernie, that's a terrible idea.
Ernie, what are you talking about, Ernie?
Now come get on your knees and get over here, because
Suck my dick,
they're a gay couple.
Ernie, suck my cock, Ernie.
Anyway, so
Bert, I'm sucking your cock, Bert.
yeah.
Hey, Bert, I'm sucking you off. I'm sucking
Sorry,
your
that's
cock.
my roommate. He's trying to help me
excited,
out.
Dude, your show's gonna rock. I'm
He's
so
trying
proud.
to help me out.
You finally did it.
Anyway, so they go over and they're like, they're trying to get like some, what's wrong, Oscar? Is everything, what's wrong, Oscar? Is everything okay? And Bert's like, Ernie's idea was, I don't even want to do this. And my Bert's quickly becoming Matt Besser. But then Oscar is like, you guys would never understand. You guys would never understand. And then they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean we'd never understand? Yeah, we'd understand. Give us a chance. And then he's like, today someone threw trash into me. Someone put a hot dog napkin, dirty hot dog napkin into me. It was so offensive. And then you go, oh, I thought he was having some kind of like emotional problem, but he was just sad because he was mischaracterized as a trash can. And everyone has a big laugh. So that would be the pilot. That's the pilot of the reboot. And then who else is Sesame Street? We got Oscar.
Who else is Sesame Street?
We got Oscar. We got Big Bird.
Brother?
I already said Big
Did
Bird.
you?
Yeah.
You barely. Well, not enough because I didn't know you.
We got the Count. We got Oscar. We got Big Bird. We got Ernie and Bert. Oh, Elmo, huh?
You didn't talk about Elmo.
I forgot about Elmo. And Elmo's.
It's like Dre, they forget about it.
And Elmo. Oh, Grover. Yeah, Grover fucking rocks, dude.
What Grover?
Mr. Noodle? Who's Mr. Noodle? Swedish Chef is the Muppets.
The monster under my bed. You don't do that one. Talk about that one.
Who's the monster under the bed?
You ever read the book where it's Grover and he's like afraid of a monster and it ends up being him? And it's
No, but this is for real. When I was like 5 years old, there was a Sesame Street where Bert and Ernie explored the pyramids, and there's a mummy, or like there's like a statue. Sorry, not a mummy. There's a statue in the pyramid that looks exactly like Ernie, and every time Bert walks out of the room, the statue taps Ernie on the shoulder, and it used to give me such bad nightmares that I had to sleep in my mom's room for like 8 months after I watched it because I was so scared. And then whenever I would walk past statues on the street, I would have my parents stand between me and the statue because I thought it was going to come to life and try to hurt me or something. Even though it never hurt Ernie, it just tapped him on the shoulder. But it was so scary, and it made me so afraid of statues for years and years. Anyway, this doll has a penis.
Hello everyone, it's me, Divad Valzov. I am not like my other half, my dark half, David Zaslav. If you cancel a cartoon, I will cry. So, no canceled cartoons here. In fact, we're making a new television program. This is gonna be the program that ends all programs. We won't need TV after this. This is gonna be the best new show on television. It will cause everyone to uncut the cord. You'll want to spend time with grandma for now because she'll have cable, even when you don't. But before long, you'll realize the error of your ways, and you'll want to have this program on your TV instead of the video games, or what the Spanish call video juegos. You won't want that. You'll want to jugar a different cosa, which is to say you'll want to play a different thing, which is also in Spanish. This is going to be a crossover television program. We'll have it subtitled in Espanol, which is what the Spanish call Spanish. First and foremost, we'll need a show title. We'll need a show title. So what's gonna?
The last one.
The last one was Just a Normal Breakfast, Nothing Weird. A serial killer kills a bunch of people. It starred The Sting, O.J. Simpson, David Lynch, Captain Crunch, and Jennifer Coolidge. She's hot right now. She's always been hot in my estimation, but that's not my place.
Hot in the show.
She was damn hot. Absolutely. Oh, she went down on Sting? That's great. Forget it, Jake. It's breakfast was the tagline. Just like in the show Chinatown. I heard that there's a new movie coming out called The Pool Boy, and it was written and directed by the guy who was Kirk in the Star Trek movie. And I heard someone describe it as, what was it like? Ted Lasso Chinatown. And I've never been more turned off from seeing a program in my life.
The internet does not know what you're talking about.
Whatever. So here are some titles that we've had solicited from you folks at home. Shakespeare Does Muggle Things. We don't really want to risk the J.K. Rowling estate coming after us. She can be kind of a piece of shit. Padre de Familia. That's Spanish. That's good. Latina Grant. That's good. That's good. The Sting. Chester Forgets His Name. Come on, Chester. Street Guys That Fuck.
Really good.
Interesting. Candy in a Foreign Land. Bernie Sanders and Trump Fuck. Grant Looking Good. Chris Trying to Eat Breakfast the Movie. Dracula Teaches Egg Rearing. I'm so sleepy and thirsty but cannot fucking move, says Theo from Eden. Harry Styles Spit on Him. Okay. Political Love. Now this is interesting. It's like we could maybe bring in the dude who wrote The West Wing. We could bring him in. Maybe he could write something about love among congressional leaders. You know, I heard that there was a beautiful hand job conducted at a local production of Beetlejuice recently. That's political love.
What about Make the Voices Stop?
Make the Voices Stop. Now, very rarely in television history have we marketed to people who have heard voices. You know,
I would say the number 23 was directly baiting schizophrenics.
I would say so too, but that was a motion picture and not on television. I think the closest we've ever come to really capturing that market was King of Queens. Just my opinion. I think that everyone that wasn't the King of Queens was in his head the whole time, like Fight Club. But I think that's a good title. Let's go with that.
So we're going with Make the Voices Stop?
Make the Voices Stop. It's like Stop Making Sense, but it's called Make the Voices Stop. Thank you, Taxan. Incredible that I was able to spot you in that long line of text. Now, what's the premise of this program? Now, we needn't make it explicitly about someone who hears voices because we don't want to risk being problematic. We want to skirt controversy as much as possible so that we can get the press related to being controversial and doing something that could potentially be problematic. But we don't actually do something problematic. We can always deny and obfuscate the truth, which is that we did do something flagrantly controversial and now we're being cowardly about it. So it's about Jerry Stiller, cheese pills, someone who is deaf, interesting, a crazy guy who tries to make his friends disappear. It's like The Voice, but the worst singers get stoned to death. That is fantastic. It's a reality show. We thought it might be scripted. I mean, most reality shows are scripted, and I'm sure we'll script a couple of these episodes. But it's like The Voice competition, but if they're bad, we can murder them live on television. We can beat them to death with a fucking rock. We can take a big fucking rock and clobber them about the face and neck until they've expired. Doesn't that sound fun? The Romans did things like that with lions. Kind of. I'm sure every society has had its form of entertainment in the form of torturing individuals, and I think that it's about time that America did the same. Why put it behind closed doors? Open up America's various erogenous torture zones, you know, the black sites of the United States. Get a camera running and let the American public have at it. That's my take. Who's going to be on this show? Who are going to be the celebrity judges of this program? Who are going to be the celebrity judges of this program? We'll need 4 of them so that they can have a fun little dynamic and try to think of who plays well, off of each other. Jerry Stiller, I think he passed. Bill Cosby.
Latina Grant is interesting.
Latina Grant. Okay, we got Latina Grant as one of the guest judges. Muy delicioso, ellas encanta. Ella canta muy bonita. Ellas voz son grande y brillante. Elmo, Jeff Dunham, President George Washington Toad. That's fun. Simon Cowell, obviously. He's busy. Mecha Rod Sterling. That's perfect. We're going to have Mecha Rod Sterling. It's Rod Sterling, but we revived him and fused him body and soul with a mech, like in the animes. And he's going to be able to come out and he's going to be the host. So we still need 3 more judges. He's going to be the on camera. He's going to come out. He's like the guy from American Idol. It's American Idol. What's his name? Ryan Seacrest. He's like the Ryan Seacrest. He's like the Ryan Stiles of this show. Chicken Gandalf, Hulk Hogan, Tracy Morgan. He's always so funny. Genuinely. I don't know why I said that sarcastically.
Latina Grant too.
Yeah, they have the one episode that Latina Grant was in 30 Rock, where she and Jenna kind of butted heads. They had that great little scene in passing. We want to capture that magic again. America's been hungry for it. America's quiere más de eso. Quieren más de eso. Cosa. Por favor. Gracias. Tracy Morgan y Latina Grant. Perfectamente. Jimmy Carter. I think we can get him. I think we can get a few more years out of him.
Lose him after a couple episodes.
But then we can, when we get him on the show, we can sign away his likeness rights so that we can do AI Jimmy Carter, and we won't have to worry about. He's such a drama queen.
We can make him say stuff that's like based.
Yeah, exactly.
Anti-woke.
Exactly. We can have. We've tested it. We've tested it ad nauseum. We've honestly spent way too much money testing this, focus grouping this, but what Americans want more than anything, more than an end to political division, more than cheap gas, what they want is a Jimmy Carter who says things like, it's actually sick as hell to neg a woman. It's actually sick AF that we can return to our values. Which way, Western man?
Saying I'm actually libertarian pilled for real.
Jimmy Carter's new X account, and the avatar is just a Greco-Roman statue. Amaranth, I don't know who that is.
I think it's like you do know who it is? Okay.
I do, unfortunately. You spend enough time on this website and you're like, what the fuck is this? Who's watching this? And then you find out.
She's like a hot girl, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Can't have one.
Dime a dozen. Jimmy Carter scratches that itch. We're going to have, with the AI Jimmy Carter, after he dies in the first season, is going to be big busted. We're going to have a big busted Jimmy Carter who's all about restoring Western values and asking, why is it that art is fake now? Oh. Mikey from the Ninja Turtles, Steve Buscemi, Nicole Byer. Add Nicole Byer. That's great. So the three.
People genuinely play well.
So the 4 judges. every racial cohort in America has been represented. Latina Grant, Tracy Morgan, Jimmy Carter, and Nicole Byer are the 4 hosts of this program. Mecha Rod Sterling is the host. He
South Asian coded.
He rounds it out. Yes, exactly. He's Vietnamese coded.
Yeah.
All right, great, very good. Now, what's the tagline? What's the tagline of this program? I think we're very close. I think we're very close. I think this is gonna make us a whole lot of money.
Ooh, wow. You've heard the best, now murder the rest is so good.
Wow. It's like, look, just put it on the board. We'll run through the rest as we run out the clock here. But that's the one that we're gonna go with. Let's see what else we got. Tagline, it's rigged. Bitches be dying, says Rarely Asleep. Sing like your life depends on it, because it does. That's really good. This show rocks. Sing or die. If you don't nail your act, we nail your life.
Really good.
Really good. Like Christ on the cross.
For your life.
Sing for your life. If you don't nail your act, we nail your life. I already read that one, I think. They never stop. We are woke now. You can't stop the music. You can't stop the music. I wanna take you away. Let's escape into the music of something today. I just can't refuse it. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the, please don't stop the, please don't stop the music. Mama sa, mama say, mama sa, mama musa, mama say, mama sa, mama musa. Hey everybody. The reason this character was weird was because he also had the second button of his suit buttoned. That was the way that you knew he was a weird character, is that he did that, which is not a sartorial choice that you're ever encouraged to make. But thank you so much for watching the Everything Now Show. We do this 4 times a week. We do this on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And hey, do we have some incredible news for you at home? Guess what, everybody? This is some incredible news. Monday, guests are back. Back with guests! We're back with guests! I bet you know what's glad to have guests, I guess. We're guests! Once again, we're having guests back in the studio, and nothing gonna stop me from getting me high. We've got some guests, so I'm never gonna die. I got 9 guests! That's not right! We're maybe gonna have at least 2 guests, because we're back with guests. It's gonna be me, Rocky, and guests. The guests are back.
I gotta go do my other show.
He's gotta go do his other show, right?
But I'll be back Tuesday.
But hey, isn't that exciting? Haven't we been fucking sick of this shit? But hey, 4 nights a week. Make sure to follow and subscribe to the show right now. If you're watching for the first time, certainly follow at the very least so that you can stay up to date of when we go live. Make sure to join the Discord, which should still be pinned. Join the Discord, the Everything Now Show Discord. All the image submissions, all the video submissions, all the company name submissions that were submitted, as it should fucking happen, throughout the show, we're submitted via the Discord, so you gotta join the Discord to be involved in that respect, okay? Jake's doing okay. He's having trouble speaking right now, which
he's
tends
in the
to
chat.
Be...
Is he giving us notes? Yes. We gotta cast the guests.
Yeah, we're gonna cast the guests, but we're almost certainly gonna get somebody. Right? Safe assumption. If any of you out there want to be guests, just kidding. Don't try it.
Please don't.
We're not. You'd never. We're never having a fan of the show as a guest. Ever.
Except
Full
for
stop.
the people who first came on the show and then after
became fans.
In fact, I do think our 2 biggest people who meet that criteria are going to be on either Monday or Tuesday.
That's very true. It's true. But hey, follow all the social medias. YouTube, we're so close to 1,000. We're really actually getting very close to 1,000 subscribers on
Mitch
YouTube.
hate watches this show. Mitch actually is the Everything Now Sucks and Everything Now is Boring Twitch accounts, both of them.
Yep. Thanks again so much for watching. We're gonna choose a channel to raid. Chris, talk about your show.
No, but
there we go.
Folks, we are genuinely running low on the black. We're out of XL black. I think we're out of small as well. We're genuinely running low on the shirts now. Not the white ones. The white ones we still got a pretty good amount, but if you wanted one of these, which you should, they're really fucking cool, place the order. And in fact, see this? These are all shirts I'm about to ship out. So if you ordered a shirt this week, I'm gonna hold up your addresses on camera one by one right now. But if you ordered a shirt this week, you're gonna be getting it. I'm gonna put it in the mail on Monday. And they say like 5 days, 4 days. They're pretty quick. They go pretty quick. Someone's asking, is mine in there? If you bought it in the last, like, 6 days, yes. If you bought it prior to 6 days ago, it's already in the mail. Oh, and folks, the YouTube is so close to the big 1,000. Like, it's really right there now. I think we're like 43 away. Oh yes, yours. I'm gonna hand. I have to fill it out when I get there, but it's gonna be Monday. I'm gonna ship it Monday. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're so dang close, and also follow the TikTok and follow these other ones as well. But they're not as important.
We're gonna send you to Rob's CD. He's in Tokyo right now at a flea market.
Oh yeah, go say hi to our buddy Rob. Yeah, rewatch the YouTube, but if you can, hold off on rewatching the YouTube until we've gotten 1,000 subscribers and can monetize. So, folks, it just takes 43 heroes in the chat right now to create a second YouTube account and subscribe to the show with it. That's all it takes. I know some of you have actually already done that, which is so generous, but some of you have not. I know I'm subscribed 3 times to the Everything Now Show YouTube.
Bye, everybody. Wait, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have fun in Tokyo.
You're in Tokyo now.
Tokyo Drift. I like it.
We out?